now they've all switched them to like LED bulbs, so the
Yeah.
color is totally different.
There's been a resurgence of the big bulbs, which I love.
Mhm.
The big bulbs, they would get so hot, like you couldn't even touch them. And I'm hoping that I've seen them come back as LED, and I'm kind of like, but as somebody who has had those and had to replace them, it's, first of all, the bulbs are expensive. Second of all, it's the old style. So if one light went out, they all went out.
Done. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, finding which one was bad was always a thing. So I'm all for the LED ones nowadays. That's 100% fine.
I know this is a big controversy. I grew up with a colored lights on the tree situation. I know a lot of people prefer the white
we always
lights.
say colored. We did colored.
Okay, but when I was growing up, the string of colored lights had like pink and orange in them, and now they're much more blue toned.
Yes.
And it just like, I cannot see it. Ever since I noticed it, I'm like, I can't, this is wrong. And I spent a lot of time trying to figure out if I could.
There you go.
That's nice. But you see how there's not really an orange or pink in there?
Well, let's see here. What are the many options that I have? I mean, I can go all orange. I could go.
That's very warm toned.
I could go. This says it's pink. But that's definitely not pink. That looks. Well, it's a violet. It doesn't come through on the camera very good.
It matches your set. It looks nice, but it's not nostalgic 90s Christmas colors.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. But it is still Christmas, and it is next week, and you have not put any Christmas decor on your set.
As you know, I believe in observing Thanksgiving before you decorate, although I will say I broke down a little bit this weekend and at least brought out all of my stuff.
Yeah. Oh, I have to go. I'm trying to 3D print something that you're really going to love, but it keeps getting stuck. 1 second.
Okay. Chat, guess with me. What are we thinking he's 3D printing? My last 3D printed request from Jeremy, although I don't know if I specified it was 3D. You guys can probably see it in his background. The JD Vance meme bus. I wanted a Santa hat for it because I want it to be able to be as festive as the rest of us. I'm trying to guess what you're 3D printing.
Oh, they are. I'll show you. They are turkey. They're for Mrs. Quartering. They are turkey. Well, let me see if I can find the.
How is Mrs. the Quartering? Does she have all of her Christmas decor up?
Christmas? No, we don't. We do Christmas stuff Thanksgiving Day.
Okay.
So she has a whole army of Thanksgiving decorations that have to get their airtime as well.
She is the homemaker level I aspire to. Every time you tell me Mrs. the Quartering lore, I'm like, she probably already has a theme for her Christmas tree. She probably already knows what her card. I mean, I know she hand makes her cards. It's just a level that I really respect.
Those
and I
cards
know,
are all done.
she was an executive and she worked.
She made this on Saturday. It's like
focus for me, but it
I'll just tweet it out. I'll just do that.
Is it fun having a crafty wife, or is it hard because you have to store all kinds of craft supplies?
I'm indifferent. I think I'm glad that I'm glad that she has a hobby that isn't, drinking or drugs or,
whatever keeps the youth off the streets, says Jared. Whatever keeps her out of gang life.
Yeah. Yeah. Here, I'll put it up there. Yeah, so that's what she did on Sunday. She did she made it with sand and evergreen branches that she gathered. And then I think she got these other things. Let's see.
Waiting for it.
Yeah, it hasn't posted yet. What's going on here? Oh, that's weird. Let me share my screen. Okay. Share screen.
So she went into the forest and collected pine branches to craft. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I feel like she herself is a Hallmark movie.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. I mean, it's a wholesome hobby. Let's see. There it is. So she made this thing. Oh,
that's cute.
Yeah. So you just take some evergreen and, cut them down, cut a little branch, do a little branch thing, put it in sand, it's whatever.
I love it. I love it. I think It makes me feel like when ladies, probably women still do, but a lot of them used to take like floral arranging classes so they could make centerpieces and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
She's
yeah.
just out here in the woods, and she comes back and she's like, "Look, I've just whipped up a beautiful outdoor decoration," and that makes it organic and not full of plastics. She's iconic.
Here's the completed. Yeah, this is it. This is the one. Here. Where is this? Okay. This thing. So it's a little, you put a little
place like name holders. What are they called?
Yeah, for Thanksgiving. Yeah, place card holders or whatever. Yeah, for Thanksgiving.
Oh my gosh.
So she'll be happy with those. And I made her like
know they're coming. Are they a request, or is this you feeling inspired?
They are a request. And then I did these other ones. These I tweeted them out. They're napkin holders.
Those are cool.
So they just, there's a piece that they stick into, you know, like on both sides. So she's got some napkin holders, some place card holders. Now she's already asking for Christmas stuff. So,
well, sure, you've got to go early. I spent a fair amount of time last week being like, because we talked about this Halloween, 3 days before Halloween, my like mom married person brain kicked in. And I was like, it's time to decorate, and everything was gone from the store. So I'm trying to get ahead of it this year.
Well, you're already behind it.
I know, there's no way. I'm not ready.
Yeah, that's just not happening. But there is some news today. I don't know where we're on. Well, let's start with this Lindsey Graham thing. Or I'm sorry, James Comey. So James Comey, for the uninitiated, is kind of a piece of shit. He's the former FBI director, but I feel like, I don't know if you feel this way, but like, I'm really annoyed with the level of charges that like Pam Bondi,
that they were able to bring against Comey and Letitia James.
Yeah, like mortgage fraud. Like, can we do something? Like, what about like either they did nothing, no real crimes or corruption, or I don't know. I mean, what do you make of it? Like, Comey's charges do seem weak to me, to be honest with you. They seem kind of like, and by the way, an activist judge threw it out. So a judge came out now today and said, U.S. Attorney Lindsey Halligan's appointment under Trump is invalid, so therefore the indictment is thrown out.
Right.
They're just going to re-indict him. Like, this is just stupid.
And am I right in thinking that last week they were saying that not all of the grand jury had seen evidence against, like some of the evidence against Jane Comey, so therefore maybe the whole process was done incorrectly and he was going to be able to get the charges dismissed. Like, it's been bubbling for a little while that the move from James Comey's camp or supporters were to basically get rid of this, which, like you're a defense attorney, that's not totally surprising to me, no matter who's involved. Yes, the charges seem weak considering how much people distrust and question what he did. It does, like, benefit of the doubt analysis is like, is this like what they always say, like, you got Al Capone on tax evasion, like, he's responsible for a lot of stuff, but this was like the strongest case you could bring against him. In that case, I'm surprised that they were able to get it thrown out with Halligan's appointment, and I'd like to see more on that. Again, like you said, activist judge, it's a little bit confusing. It doesn't seem like the battle is over to me. I think they'll come back. But
of course, yeah.
It does. It's sort of okay. This is a long, rambly way of saying, like, it is so frustrating that people always like, and you say this too, like, if they're willing to use lawfare against us, we should use it against them, and then to be outmaneuvered and be like, but they're better at it. Like, it just is like a little rough out here, you know?
Yeah, we need to get better at it.
Seriously. And again, like, I have nothing against Halligan, but like, was she wrongfully appointed? Should it have been someone else? Like, was this an easy thing to avoid? Yeah.
Do we make it too easy for them? Like, when they indicted, when they went after Trump, that he had to sit in court for weeks during an election cycle. Like, they legitimately derailed his political run. Now, he still ended up winning, but like, I think that, like, it's, hey, Baba. They just don't. I mean, yeah, they're gonna throw this out because it's sloppy. because I think a lot of this is Trump is like really applying pressure now to like Pam Bondi. He tweeted again last night, basically like, yo, do your job. And it's like, either there's nothing there and they're unwilling to make it there, like the Democrats are there, or Pam Bondi is completely useless. I think over the weekend he tweeted out basically another thing like this is the jury. Wait, they had a jury foreman and the charges were confirmed to be correctly done. Well, so then a defense attorney is going to use whatever vectors of attack that they can to get this thrown out. But I mean, that doesn't mean they can't just re-indict him and re-go after him. Like it is very, very odd. And this judge, I don't know who they really are, but they're probably Democrat, Biden appointed judge or something like that. The Republicans kind of let the Democrats take over the courts.
Right. They're behind the ball on that for sure. And that's one of the reasons that you and I have talked about how, lover or hater, Pam Bondi should really be driving anti-corruption process in the DOJ, and not every judge that's out there is totally under her purview. I get that there are state level judges that are, causing issues or whatever, but we should really wonder about the cleaning house aspect that's going on. And I worry that despite best efforts, there is not enough institutional change to really see progress made. In some ways, the progressive movement in America was very quick to understand that if they control the judicial lanes of our country, they controlled a lot. That's why you see like Soros funding in elections for judges and things
small
like that.
local ones too. Yeah, they know exactly where to spend the money.
To get to a federal appeal level, you have to go through the local guys first, so they can stop all kinds of stuff in their tracks. One of the challenges I think for this case, and again, like I said, I don't know Halligan, is that her name? Who was appointed, but it seems kind of funny to me that the judge is like, well, she's wrongly appointed, so everything's dismissed. That doesn't actually seem like a not guilty ruling,
Right. They're presenting it like that.
So like if James Comey did lie to and obstruct Congress, this is not what the judge is commenting on. She's just saying Halligan shouldn't try the case, I guess. Like it doesn't make our country a more just place, I guess. It makes it a little bit more bureaucratic.
Yeah. I mean, I would guess, I don't know. I just wish we had I just feel like there's got to be more on Swalwell. There's got to be more on Letitia James. There's got to be more on Alvin Bragg. Like, how are they just that good? They outsmarted everybody. Like, I feel like Alvin Bragg rewrote the law to charge Trump in the first place. And we're just like, eh. Okay.
I think one of the challenges with Letitia James, Alvin Bragg, and New York as a structure is that like right now they're going off Letitia James as the individual for her private business dealings and how it relates to her position from the way I understand it. But I think that in her professional capacity, she has done more harm to more than just Trump. I mean, a ton of people as the Attorney General of New York. And so have members of the Southern District of New York. So has Alvin Bragg, like in their capacities, in their professional positions.
It's not a coincidence James Comey's daughter runs the SDNY.
Right. Right. Like,
I mean,
I don't know, team.
What are we doing here? Yeah. It's like, golly gee, we can't get anything done. Yeah, that's because we conceded the courts 10 years ago. And like, now it's like, well, okay, maybe we have some actual charges to bring against these people, but we have Donald Trump appointing Pam Bondi, like the biggest do nothing ever. Sorry, this isn't going to.
He has like come to bat for Pam Bondi over and over again. So it's like, if he really trusts you, you got to make good here. You've got to be bigger and bolder, and in this case, more transparent, more honest about what's going on. And that seems to be a hang up in the DOJ.
Yeah, I mean, I put out, like, even over this weekend, like, I'm over Kash Patel. I know it's not a popular position, but like, let's talk about Kash Patel, okay? Let's list his accomplishments, his promises, all right? He has not turned the FBI into a museum on day one. He has not fired even one single solitary FBI agent other than an intern who had a pride flag on their desk, as far as I know. He bungled the Charlie Kirk investigation by prematurely announcing that they had somebody in custody when they didn't. He uses a private jet to fly all around the country, which optically looks horrible. He knows it looks horrible, so he should stop. He makes me and other American taxpayers pay for private security for his country music sensation girlfriend. I mean, he has promoted the individual. I don't know if he was a J6, like he went after J6ers, or if he was a Mar-a-Lago, he was behind the Mar-a-Lago raid. He's like promoted some of the worst people in the FBI. What exactly has this guy done? Oh yeah, let's talk about the Epstein files. How about that? Mm-hmm. He has not released the Epstein files. He has told the American public on Fox News that there is no conspiracy with the Epstein files. How about he has covered up, in my opinion, for Thomas Matthew Crooks when they said, well, the Trump assassin from Butler had no political association. I'm sorry, no online footprint, when he absolutely did. And he was a leftoid who got his mind melted by COVID. Yeah. Like I mean, I could go on and on and on with his failures. Like, what is this guy doing? What is this guy doing in his job? Fucking nothing. Nothing. He's done nothing.
He'll tweet out stuff and like about,
yeah, that's true. Like, we arrested. Yeah, you're right about that.
It'll be small. I don't want to say it's small. Like, it's not that it's not like he's literally doing nothing, but it's just difficult. And Cass Patel and Dan Bongino are unique in this sense because they were in the space we're in. They were in media, independent media. They were going on lots of podcasts. Dan Bongino obviously hosted a successful show, and they made specific promises. Like, if I campaigned and was like, I want to be FBI director and I'm going to make it better.
That's shit he said, right? I'm not on him. I got to let the dog out quick. Go ahead. Okay. Sorry.
Bye, Huck.
Keep going.
You. Everyone talk about Huck. If I was like, I'm going to be FBI director, it's going to be great. You can't really campaign. But if I was putting myself out there for it, and I gave you a lot of platitudes, it was like, I'm going to make the FBI better. I'm going to make it stronger. We're going to really do work for the American people. And some people might be like, yeah, that sounds great. Woo-hoo. And based on anything I've said ever, they might assume what that means. But I wouldn't have made any specific promises. And I respected people who went into the administration with specific tangible goals. And I would even respect it if they were like, look, I came in here, I tried to do something. This is my main priority, but it is proving more difficult. Instead, it seems like there's a little bit of a weave and a dodge. And again, it's a unique era of American politics with the administration because there were years and years that, like, you might have read a book by someone, he might have been, elected from your district, but you wouldn't have the kind of relationship that watching someone's podcast and getting to interact with them and hear these long form conversations that they take part in occur. So these people are much more real. And I think that's why the disappointment feels more serious. There are probably all kinds of people in the government that are letting us down in ways that we don't know about, but they didn't have the social presence that some of these people that we talk about all the time do. And obviously, like, I'm not trying to be too hard on Cash Patel for his personal life, but as you guys know, my biggest complaint is that he hasn't married his girlfriend.
Oh yeah, we have to pay to secure his girlfriend. By the way, not his wife, not the mother of his child, his girlfriend.
I just think they should get married, Like, they're already so linked. Just get married, and then I'll be a little more understanding here. But I know no one else cares about that as much as I do.
Yeah, and you know what? He's worth like $30 million, and she's doesn't.
I'm sorry, she's not. Country music star sensation.
Any minute now, she will burst on the scene as the rightful country music sensation that she is. But like, by the way, I've got nothing against this girl. I think I'll probably see her at TPUSA. So I kind of,
I don't have anything against her. I do.
I do think she wrote that tweet though, which I think is a bad look.
Look, it's rough out here.
Yeah.
And again, like I think I don't know if you could hear me when I was saying this, but like some of it is like the optimism. Like you know these people in a way that we didn't know members of, like, Bush's FBI director. He wasn't podcasting. He might have done a random interview, but like there is such a different experience because there's been more exposure to these people.
Yeah. And like, also, you know, that, and a part of that is that not everybody in the world knew what their promises were. You sat in a room with this guy, and when he said, I will, you know, when he said the things he said
it to my face.
Right, he said them to your face.
Literally, me and Luke and the rest of the team, you know?
Yeah. He said that he would make Luke the declassifier in chief. He was so unapologetically unrelenting about releasing. I mean, he did nothing. He didn't release the files. He hid behind Congress and this and the other. Like, eventually, and now you know he's gonna like put out a tweet. He's like, most transparent administration in history. I released them. No, you fucking didn't, dude. You didn't.
It reminds me of like, this still happens, but definitely I felt like it was really common in the early 2000s that you would have like people who would, you know, be campaigning for office, president, Congress, Senate, and they would go to like the most evangelical, charismatic church they could find, and they would be there on their hand, you know, they'd be doing the whole thing, and then the way they voted was like in opposition to religious freedom,
pro-abortion,
like, you know, all this stuff, and it's like, I want to believe that the people who promised, let's say, to release the Epstein list meant it, and it became more challenging than they realized it would be, because I could understand that.
But why don't they just say that?
The Epstein list to be like, yeah, I'm on your side. You guys should talk about me all the time, so I seem important. Like, that seems like a betrayal. And I don't know for sure what happened there. But again, it's not that this is so like versions of this happen in all kinds of politics. It's just playing out on the biggest stage right now, which is upsetting.
Yeah, I just don't. You know what? I don't like Cash. I always want to pre-qualify things like, I like Cash. You know what? I don't know him. And basically, my only measuring stick on whether or not I like the guy is the lies that he told on podcasts. Like,
it's hard.
I don't know him. He seems charismatic, but he has delivered on exactly zero of his promises. He has not gutted the FBI. And you know, for 6 months ago, I see a lot less of it in chat too. So I know it's not just my opinion. Like, when I was railing on Cash, even like when I was up in the other studio still, people are like, oh, he's only been there for X months. Well, it's been a year. Yeah. Okay. Like, you haven't, I mean, are we going to do anything, brother? And he's like, well, you're right. Like, oh, we arrested these, you know, these El Salvadorian gangs or whatever. Yeah, no shit. That's your job. What about all the other stuff you promised? Like, you know, making the FBI smaller. Releasing the files, you know, these are big, bold promises. If he came out and said like, yeah, I did say I promised this, and it was way harder than I thought. What's wrong with that? Why can't he just say that? Like, at least I would like. Great. Bongino should do that, because I want to have a lot of faith in Bongino. But you know what? He's standing right next to Kash Patel with the deer in the headlights thing. And everyone's like, well, they just threaten their family. I'm like, oh, we can't use that excuse for everybody. Right. Like, everybody, you know, everybody in government is just, no, you didn't say that. You didn't say they were threatening Christopher Wray's family for not releasing the Epstein files. You know, you weren't saying the same shit about Democrats.
What if it's just like, yeah, they told them to get fired, and the answer is they'd rather stay with the administration than, you know, address this the way that maybe we would want them to. Like, that's their ethical dilemma to sort out, you know?
Well,
like,
yeah, but you know what the answer is? They should get fired for it. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, that's what you would say, because that's what you believe, right? But maybe ultimately that's not where their values lie. That's kind of what I'm arguing. Like, it's not fun. It's maybe not what you're hoping for these people that, again, like, we have a unique amount of exposure to, but maybe that's the decision they made, that it's not that their families are being threatened. It's just that they couldn't break with, you know, their bosses.
Hold on a sec. Yeah. Do you need me?
No.
Oh, okay. He just hisses at everybody.
Who hisses? The cat?
Well,
is it dog? Should I just have a running commentary and tell you guys that he's talking to his fish guy? My cat
got the heating and cooling guy.
Oh no!
Colt's mean.
Let the dog out, and the cat's like, "Don't worry, I'm on it."
Yeah, well, 100%. Yeah, that's he's not fooling around. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll let we'll change topics off the dumping on cash thing. Someone says you liked MTG until you let Trump call you an idiot for talking about Epstein. No, I don't think I have ever praised MTG, and I don't not like MTG. Isn't it weird how people like prescribe positions to you that you've never had? Like, it's Marjorie Taylor Greene is not my representative. I've always said that she's kooky, but it's not like I don't like her. I still don't like.
I've always thought your position is neutral, but also I can't remember everything about you, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I think she's crazy. My position is kind of like Laura Loomer. Like, Laura can be crazy, but I think she's generally a force for good. Marjorie Taylor Greene can be crazy, but you know, she was one of the few people that was standing on the floor during the, you know, she was kind of standing with the America First people with like Matt Gaetz and stuff like that during the speaker, it was the speaker thing, right?
Speaking of, she was back with McCarthy, but she has been generally like America First, or even like I thought she handled Trump's attacks, you know, pretty gracefully when they were in the moment. Like her being like, I have supported him, I do support him. I don't think releasing the Epstein list will hurt him. I'm, you know, I mean, obviously, ultimately, she decided to leave Congress. That's our big news from Friday. Friday was kind of a busy day.
Yeah.
And
what do you think leaving Congress? I mean, she's obviously got, you know, bigger things planned.
She just denied that she's running for president. She put a whole long statement about it.
Well, of course, I knew she was never going to. I mean, she was polling at 12% in her own district. Like, she was never going to. I mean, look, I'm not saying anything about her. I'm just saying she would never win the presidency. She's too much of a wild card.
If I had been in full journalist, like if I was writing this morning, I would have pulled up all of the open positions in Georgia, governor and Senate, because I believe, from what I know, at one point the RNC basically asked her not to run for Senate. And so she stayed in the House. I would be curious to know if she is going to live it. Now, she is railing against politics all around, like right now, like Burr and I think that does reflect. We've talked about this, like the fatigue a lot of people feel.
Everybody agrees with that. Yeah, right. I can't say really a single hard position she has that I strongly disagree with, and so like I don't hate her. I just think I thought this was all just about increasing her cachet.
I did when she was on The View. We were all kind of like I didn't think she would win the presidency, but we're like, is she kind of throwing her name out there for just national exposure on another level? But you know, I was reading a report that said basically she felt like she had been denied a position with the Trump administration. Again, like she had wanted to run for Senate, and the reporting is that she was discouraged and told not to. You know, maybe she feels like, and loyalty was the big theme of her letter, that like she has been loyal and she's not.
She has been too. You know, I will say, you know, I haven't been able to independently verify this, so I wanna double check. But
you got a source?
Barnes. Well, no, Barnes. I was like, well, my big thing is how does she go from being worth 700,000 to 25 million in 5 years? Now, Barnes told me, Robert Barnes, he's in her district. He said that the net worth jump came from inheriting her father's construction business, which was worth, you know, X, Y, and Z. The big question I have is how much was her father's insurance? If her father's construction business was worth 25 million, well, okay, that's a pretty good answer. Right. However, I want to know
20 million, you know?
Yeah, fine. Right. If she insider traded for 5 million, whatever. I can't be mad at her. Everyone else is doing it. I don't agree with it, but my question is how much was her father's construction company worth before she was in government too? Like, was her father's construction business getting all sorts of crazy huge contracts and now it's worth 25 million? If all of that is clean, then okay, I rescind my question.
It also
the space lasers got me.
And I have nothing against Marjorie Taylor Greene. She did get divorced while she was in Congress, so I would assume that would like decrease your net worth. I don't know, post prenup.
Not for women. It usually doesn't for women.
Well, but like if they have a joint net worth and you split it in half, you know, like you'd still only have half of.
Yeah, again, if that's how it worked out. I don't know. Like, yeah, maybe she was married to someone who was worth 50 million, and then she got it from the door. So, you know, like if there's a totally legitimate reason, like because I like her, like her policy, I am willing to give her the benefit of the doubt on the 25 million. but I do think it's a totally reasonable question to ask.
Yeah.
You know, did she just run for government, secure her bag, and then dip? If she did, fine. Okay. Fine by me. I'll take that. By the way, I'll take that over these career politicians. Like, I'll take a million Marjorie Taylor Greens who say the right thing and vote the right way for 4 years, get rich and bail, than Nancy Pelosi's, who
My husband and I
will
were
never
talking
leave.
this weekend about how like the world just he was like the world was like built for the boomers. Part of it is like the boomer generation made it that way. There's all this
Right.
reporting on from all aspects. Like you know, I remember during COVID when they're talking about the jobs, they're like, well, the boomers are effectively like not giving up their corner offices. Like you can't
Correct.
up if they're not leaving. Same thing with politics. Talk about this all the time. Like Nancy Pelosi, who was like, I'm here for the younger generation, who just now decided to leave, like
At
after
100.
100 years.
Yeah. Right.
Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like there is a level of like I would respect someone who's like Marjorie, who's I don't know how old she is, but she's not a boomer.
No,
And
she's got probably in her early 50s, I'm guessing.
right, like
Yeah.
you going in there being like, at least I'm doing something, shaking something up, and then being like, but I'm not going to stay here forever. Like I don't mind that as a mentality. I think I don't think she's over. I don't think we'll never hear from her again. I don't think she's retreating to a quiet life of like.
Oh no, she's gonna go on The View. That's my bet. If
That'd be
Polymarket put it out,
interesting.
she'll be on The View, and they'll pay her like $5 million bucks a year to be on The View, or some bullshit like that.
Who's Matt Gaetz with? Is he with News Nation?
Oh yeah,
or One America. What if they start their own version of The View, but it's like Marjorie Taylor Greene, 3 other conservatives, and then we have like 1 lefty.
Yeah. I mean, that's what she's gonna do. And honestly, if we're just again giving her like the best, you know, the most look, and Marjorie Taylor Greene's one of the few people that would go on. I mean, she was on Timcast. She'll go on shows. You know, if I give her the benefit of the doubt, maybe she's like, frick this. Like, I'm over this. Like, I got a construction company printing money. I've got cachet. I could go be on OAN. I could go be whatever, make more money, make it legally, you know, and just get the hell out of here. Like, I don't know that I blame her for that.
With fewer threats and maybe having more freedom and fun. Like, I'm going to level with you. I remember
exactly
one of the first times she came on Timcast, I wasn't doing the show at that point, but I remember being in the green room and she's really sweet. She's nice, she's CrossFit, whatever. And she had mentioned that, I don't know, I think she has like 3 kids. And I think 2 of them got married like that summer. She was mentioning this. Like,
yeah, she wants to be grandma.
What if she wants to do other stuff? What if she doesn't want to be tied?
Nope, they got her. Yeah, it's entirely possible that Marjorie Taylor Greene just wants to go do other stuff.
Yeah.
So it's entirely possible. And you know what? As somebody who's about as burnt as they can be on like the swamp, and like I'm getting close to being blackpilled, which is why I'm really glad the holidays are coming around so that I can kind of like refocus, you know, realign my chi a little bit.
The correct warmth of colored Christmas lights. I gotcha.
Yeah, like because I'm definitely like blackpilled on this stuff too. Like, so if some people in Congress aren't reptilian and they're human, it's entirely possible that she's just like, I'm fucking out. Like, I'm out here every day with my, you know, with my boobs in the dirt, trying to like get out here and make change. Nothing's happening. Is it really that crazy that someone's like, I'm out? Yeah, like I feel like because Marjorie Taylor Greene can do it, it makes me more mad that Dan Bongino hasn't done it. I think Kash Patel has always been questionable in his motives. But Dan, I feel like is still a real American patriot. And like, I mean, dude, just quit and come back to streaming. Like, what are you doing? Like, why are you even, like, your audience is, you know, it's going to be there for you. Just bail. Like, I wouldn't blame him for that.
Do you remember when Jen Psaki left as the Biden's press secretary?
And immediately took a job at MSNBC and probably makes $5 million bucks a year.
He left like 2 years in. Now, I believe the Biden administration was always rocky, but I also think she looked around the room and was totally aware what was going on with Joe Biden and was like, I'm going to gracefully exit now to a higher position. And I wonder if Dan Bongino in some ways is, you know, going to make a similar calculation in a year from now. Like to be like,
oh yeah, he's got
I'm
to.
service oriented, but I want to go out on a high. Like if he leaves under the cloud of the Epstein stuff, that is not the
Oh,
best.
that's a good point.
When he has like a
Get
victory.
the Epstein stuff out and fucking bail.
Yeah,
That's
because Jeff Psaki got to be like, I've been here, I've been hanging out. I'm gonna circle back. MSNBC's offered me a contract, and look, I get to welcome in the first, Black White House press secretary or something. It gave her this like fun cachet win victory, good for her. And people change jobs all the time. I mean, obviously, I would assume if you're in the presidential administration, you want to see the 4 years through because your job is probably time limited, especially in the case of a Trump presidency that is limited. But I don't think you want to leave when people look it up and they're like, after weeks of being badgered by the Epstein whatever, and here we go. Like you want to pull your punch correctly.
Yeah, that's probably fair to say. Like, look, I don't want. If he left now, you're right. Get the Epstein files out and get the fuck out, Dan. Like, the guy was pulling 200,000 live streamers a day. Like, his audience is there. He can say, I went there to get the Epstein files out. I'm out.
Mission accomplished.
And just go. Get out of there.
How many more days until they have to be released? Like 27 or 25 or something?
Yes.
I can't do the math. Yeah. But like, what if at January 1, he's like, and I will be leaving in 60 days. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or
that would be great. That would be a great move for him.
Be like, I'm service oriented. I did 2 years, but I feel like now there's a better people to take over, whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
I expect turnover in the Trump White House. I wavered with everybody. I don't think it has to be bad, but it's never not strategic.
So I want to talk about this Candace Owens assassination plot. But first, I want to make a little announcement. I don't know if people, I mean, I've kind of alluded to it. I did like a weekend stream a little bit. But Quartercast will be live from Amfest all week long. Now, Wednesday, I decided, so we all get in Wednesday. We'll be live Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, live from Amfest. What I decided for Wednesday's show is because I get in at like 10. I don't know when I can even get into the convention center and whatever. So we'll probably do like a pre-record for that, like maybe like a Christmas themed episode, because it'll be like the 17th or 18th. Mm-hmm. And we'll have that. Or if I can get in, I'll do like a Lone Wolf cast on Wednesday. Nice. So Wednesday, is that the 18th? Thursday, 17th. Yeah, 17th. We will be there. Now, hopefully, you guys can help us out with something, because it cost about $14,000 for me to pay for the crew and to buy the equipment to go out there. All the equipment's here and paid for. And I'm hoping you guys will consider going to thequartering.com/Amfest. I don't have Tim Pool money, so paying for hotels on short notice in Phoenix, I mean, I'll just be honest, the hotels were $6,000. It was a lot of money. The equipment was like $4,000 just so that we can do the show remotely. And the flights are about the other $4,000. We have 3 ways that you can help us out. One, you can get a custom shout out at thequartering.com/Amfest. I know we won't raise all 14K, but I'm hoping that we can raise a chunk of it. When we're there, I had this idea. Hannah Claire doesn't know it yet.
Oh no.
At the $30 level, we're gonna do a Quartercast Christmas card. We're gonna take our picture when we're at Amfest, and I'm gonna have everyone sign it, and then we're gonna mail you a Christmas card, all signed by us.
I love that. That's so cute. We're such a family.
And so you get and they'll be signed and numbered, and that would be like the incredible way to support us. Or $100, you get the card, the shout out, and you get a full year to our members area. So a year in our members area is like $70 or $80 alone. So you get the card and you get the shout out. So thequartering.com/Amfest. I mean, we need 700 people to back at the $100 level. That will cover half of it. I know we're not going to cover all of it, but I'm hoping you guys will go to thequartering.com/Amfest. And then also in the chat, tell us who you want us to have on the show. Hannah Claire will be organizing all the interviews. So, we can try to get Don Jr. We're going to be on Media Row right next to like the Daily Wire and PBD. So we're like, we're gonna be able to get like Russell Brand, Don Jr., whoever you want to get. Email me at thequartering@gmail if there's somebody you really want. If you're already a Discord member, then you could just get the card, the shout out. They're interrupting Hannah. Oh, I was interrupting Hannah Claire's flow. Oh, that's from earlier today. So get Lindsey Graham on the show.
So much, don't worry about it.
If Lindsey Graham is there, I'll tell you this right now. If we raise all 14,000, which again, I know it's Christmas, the times I'm being very realistic. If we raise even half, I'll be very, very happy. But if we raise all 14,000 and Lindsey Graham is there, I will personally ask him about his ladybugs. To his face on camera, I will ask him about Lindsey Graham. It's Lindsey Graham's ladybugs, right?
I disavow all of this. You can watch me just die of embarrassment and shame,
Well, no, I won't do it in front of any of the girls. I will ask him like privately.
Privately on camera, though.
Yeah. So
we'll work out the logistics.
Along with all Con Inc. Okay, think about this. You've got Daily Wire. You've got Patrick Bet-Dave. Then you've got Quartercast, and we have the same space they do. I ordered the banners today, so we have like a nice official background. I ordered the stand banners with all of our faces on them. I ordered custom microphones with our show logo printed on the bottom. So like, your boy and girls will be there with all the corporate shills. Why is there $9.99, $6.99 shipping on the shout out?
If this goes well, Jeremy's going to take us on tour just to keep using that stuff.
Well, I'm saying we'll own the equipment then, and we can do our shows remotely. I'll have all the equipment.
It could be fun.
Meta PCs is helping me out. So I'm setting up the studio here this week to make sure everything works. And then I'm shipping it all to Meta PCs, and they're going to hold it for me so I don't have to travel with it.
That's
which is
nice.
A huge relief. Yeah. Because it's like, it would be basically 2 carry-ons full of, all electronics.
Which is the worst.
Yeah, I definitely would not drive it. That'd be like a 36-hour drive. So Meta, promo code The Quartering, by the way. So if you want to shout out Meta, so Meta's going to hold all my banners, all of our equipment, and then they're going to pick me up at the airport, and then we're going to go load everything up and go to the convention center.
What a crew! That's such a cool relationship you built with them. Because they are a sponsor, but you really do use their products.
Yeah, the computers. They're reprinting something for the laptop because I have a laptop that says Meta PCs on the back, but it kind of bubbled up a little bit. How about if you raise half the money, you just have a drawing out of the 100 deer to co-host? Sure, I'll do that. If we raise half, I'll pick somebody at random out of the $100 tier and let them co-host for a day. Sure, I'll do that. I know we're not going to raise all 14, but we're going to be there, which means you guys got to get HCB a Gamer Girl PC. Well, I'm working on something that I think will be pretty exciting. That will be a surprise for her.
So it's going to be a Christmas gift exchange live at Amfest? Do I need to come stocked with presents?
I have all sorts of stuff set. So hopefully you guys will. Who do you think paid for all of Crowder's medical bills? I don't know. I assume he has insurance. So hopefully you guys definitely redeem this one. Yes, redeem. Go to the quartering.com, and then we'll announce it with. Should I just announce it now? I'll announce it now on Twitter. Hold on, I have an image. Where is it?
I also don't know if I know what this announcement is. Guys, I learned so much when I'm on this show.
I worked all weekend, all day Saturday, all day Sunday to get, so everything's bought, all the equipment's bought. I ordered blue and black microphone covers, blue and orange, I mean, so there'll be a quarter cast. Colors. I got, so it'll look good on the, I'm trying to find this image that we did to announce. Where is this? Is it in the other thread? Oh yeah, here it is. Okay, let's just see here, and then we'll get onto the Candace stuff here.
We like transitioned and then didn't. People probably skimming through are like, did they talk about the Candace stuff already?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about the Candace stuff right after this. Just a small announcement. Hope to meet you all there. We're doing show will be live with audience allowed, or audience encouraged. There we go.
So crazy. It's so funny because we're always remote.
Yep.
So to suddenly have an audience.
And they'll be the first time in person. First
I
time
know.
in person.
So cute.
There we go. Everybody's got. Did you get you need to get your plane ticket?
Oh, I got a lot of prep to do, my friend.
Yeah, everyone else is done. Like Melanie and I called Melanie. We booked our tickets because I want to get Melanie in a little early to help me with the tech stuff. I mean, normally I'd ask you, but there's no graphics card. There's no graphics cards related thing.
I still do not know what a graphics card is. Like,
yeah. So
when people were like, "Oh, she was responsible for that," I'm like, "No. No one would ever, in their right mind, trust me with that."
Also, I'll tell you this: if we even just get to our goal, if we get even halfway to our goal, I'll do a live meetup. I just have to pay for security then. So we'll do a meetup. So even if you're not going to Amfest and you're in the area, you can come meet the crew. I just need to get security for that. Or like I can figure out a way to like, I've done it before. Luke and I have done it before. There's a way we do things so that like weirdos don't find out about it. So yeah, everyone definitely go like and retweet that on X. I know that there's some people that aren't going that are going to be kind of mad about it, but look, we got to take advantage of our opportunities. So hopefully, so yeah, you can borrow security from somebody maybe. Yeah, that might, I mean,
that's
probably
not as easy as you think it is.
No, because hiring, it's fine. Like we'll do a 2-hour meetup. Security will cost $500. I mean, like I'm saying, if we raise even half, I'll pay the other half for everyone's travel. And I'll also pay for private security for some sort of meetup. If it was just Luke and I wouldn't even do security. But because the girls are there, I have to.
The girls. It's Astrocast, making it safer for everybody.
You only pay $500 for security? I don't know. I guess maybe it's $1,000. I don't know.
I think
private security it's only for an hour. So I would assume it's not going to be as crazy as people think. Or if you're former military and you want if you're former military and you're willing to provide security for us, you can come to the Hangout for free. How about that? I know for a fact that we have lots of military in our audience. So now, can't Luke just be security? Luke is like tiny stick man. We need real protection.
Also, if you were security, but you wanted to meet him, he'd be working. Like,
yeah,
you want him to be free to talk to you, I would assume.
Well, yeah, I want somebody licensed to carry a firearm in that state. I don't know what Arizona's. It's just easier to hire. I'm sure there'll be security available. But anyway, quartering.com/Amfest. There's 3 ways to support us. I know we're not going to get all the way. By the way, if there's a whale out there, $5,000 and you can co-host the show for a day. How about that? Now, I know no one's probably going to do this, but
look, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, Jeremy. I respect this as an offer.
Yeah, when I was doing, I think we came up with this. Who was here on Friday? Like, chat, who'd want to talk to Luke? I think Friday. No, I'm talking to the chat. Like Friday, we decided to have a whale tier just in case. But yeah, get the Christmas card. That's cute, I think. And like, I mean, you don't have to do the $100, but $30. How many cards do we have to sell to cover our cost? How many? $30 into 14K? Quite a few. But like,
but it could happen.
We'd have to sell what? 500? That's not crazy. We could do that. 500 would be 15K.
And we have to sign all 500. That's the best part.
Yeah, and you're gonna sign it while you're there.
Sitting there signing our lives away.
Well, yeah, either that or I'll mail them to everybody. You can sign them.
467 cards to meet our goal.
Yeah, 500 Christmas cards pays for our goal. 3 whales or 1,500 people. No, wait, how many? We need 150 people at the $100 level. So that'd be all right.
The ball's in your court, is what Jeremy is saying.
If you want to save Hannah Claire's wrists, be a $100 backer today. And we'll shout you out during our show at Amfest. So I'll have a list and we'll shout out at Amfest. So I think it's a pretty cool announcement, and I think it's our first IRL show.
We're planning on going, or if anyone else is going to join us in Arizona. I definitely want to know from our audience who's attending.
Yeah, I mean, It's sold out. I think you can still get on the wait list, and I think they're still releasing tickets. So if you're in the Phoenix area and you want to come see us live, we'll be there at 2:00 Eastern. I don't know what time local is that. Noon local? I think that's noon local, Arizona time.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. And then obviously I'll be around. The girls, I don't know what their schedule's gonna be, but I'll be around, and we'll do like maybe we'll see how many Quartercast viewers are there, and then if there is, we'll do some sort of meetup thing. So let's see. I found out I have 62 hours to burn before New Year's. Good Monday. But the way I'm going to by the way, I'm going to refund this. Joking. Yeah. Don't worry, Jeremy has KO power punches. What does that mean? I have KO power punches. Oh yeah. Did
I just get a video game thing that you didn't? Am I superior to you now?
You now own the show. That's the way this works.
I don't want to own the show. I could never spend the weekend ordering. I mean, I would if I had to, but I would be scared to order the equipment.
You should see the pile of electronics. Like, there's 4 boxes full of stuff, like right off camera right now.
Oh, my neo boomer soul quakes.
Yeah. So I have to hook it all up, test it, and then once it works, I'll ship it to Meta PCs. That's what I'll probably be doing on Thanksgiving. And I got all of our microphones, I'd order 4 pairs of headphones, headphone extension cables. Stuff you don't think about that you don't want to have it, need it, not have it. So I'm like, I brought, extension cords, 100-foot extension cords, surge strips. I'm bringing not 1 laptop, but 2, a backup laptop, like all this shit. Cause it's like, if we're going to go, I spent all this money. I have to make sure, I bought an extra microphone in case our microphone breaks. Now, fortunately, Amazon has a killer return policy. So if I don't need that extra microphone, I can return it. But
it's a lot of prep, it's like the ultimate tech Boy Scout moment.
Yeah. Well, I don't have a tech guy. It's just me, so the lowest is I could walk to the convention center from where I live about 5 minutes away. Also, Meta PC is a block away from our shop, so I should get in for free. Well, I'm going to be doing a meetup at Meta PCs. Details coming up. So you can come meet me there. Let's talk about this Candace Owens thing. Candace Owens has now said, by the way, thank you to everyone who goes to thequartering.com/Amfest. TPUSA can't support you in any of this. Well, TPUSA gave us the booth, which cost $15,000.
Yeah.
So I can't really ask them for anything else, And also, to be fair, they did offer us hotel rooms.
It would
if we're willing to share with a stranger. Yeah, which I understand the policy and support it. I can't do that. Like, I can't put the girls in a room with a stranger, and I'm certainly not going to do it.
It would be really funny to me if Turning Point bought the $5,000 one and then sends one of their people to be our co-host for a day. I don't think they would, but
I think Meta PCs. I think everyone should tag Meta PCs and tell them to get in at the whale level.
Oh my gosh, they're like, we're doing enough already.
Actually, specifically Zach Shutt, not just Meta. Like, everyone should tag. Here, hold on a second.
What about Chris from Rumble? Maybe he should do it.
Oh yeah, hold on a second here. We could really use your support with travel and equipment expenses. So we'll go here, put the link, and then also, in case anyone is wondering, there is a whale tier where you can co-host the show for the day. Nudge Chris and Zach. There we go. All right. Let's talk about this Candace thing. Hold on a sec.
He can't lead off like that and then leave. You guys know that Jeremy's been really supportive of Candace's career, and he only ever says nice things. No, as soon as I saw this post, I was like, do I start looking at Jeremy's feed to get his reaction, or do I wait until Monday?
Well,
I opted to wait because I want to hear a fresh take. So the headline is that Candace Owens says that there are credible assassination threats against her.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? Where do we go from here?
Well, I have a policy, which is why you didn't see me really comment on this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't make fun of somebody who's, I don't like scoff at people who are pretending to be suicidal, and I don't scoff at people who are, saying stuff like this, even though I don't believe it. I just think you don't want to put that karma out in the world and have them go do something bad.
But you don't believe her. This didn't
of course not.
If anything for you.
No. The French are going to assassinate her because she said Brigitte Macron has a dick. Like, I don't. Thanks, dude. Have a good one, man. Have a good Thanksgiving.
This guy must be like, what is this guy doing? Just sitting in a room talking to himself?
I don't think that, no, I don't think that anyone's trying to assassinate her, but I'm not going to, put bad juju out there and say, okay. I hope she stays safe. I hope she lives a long life. I hope not anything like,
You wish her no ill. I get that.
No, of course not. Yeah. Do I think the French government's trying to kill her? No, I don't. I think Candace Owens is suffering from a psychotic break that has been going on for months now. Yes, I do. Yeah. I think she believes that the French government is trying to assassinate her. Here's what I'll say. Just like during the Me Too era, there was a reason why women would make sexual assault claims against men on Twitter and not go to the police.
Interesting.
If there are credible threats against my life, real ones, I don't think I'd be tweeting about it. I'd be talking about the FBI, and I'd be talking to the FBI. Now maybe she's doing all this stuff. She has evidence of a hit being put out on a U.S. citizen and paid for by a foreign government. But where is the evidence? This whole, I have a source who said something, blah, 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 blah. Again, I wish her nothing but safety. It's a reason I personally, this was big news. I saw Tim made a video on it. I didn't make a video on it. I don't want to have anything be spoken into existence. Any of that. I think Candace Owens is either crazy or lying on purpose about a lot of the things with Charlie Kirk. But I wish her nothing but the best,
How do you think this fits into everything else that she's been talking about? Is this just an escalation, or is this the unveiling of a new...
This is her pivoting back to the Brigitte Macron story.
Okay. Right? So you think that we'll hear less about Charlie Kirk going forward, even though Amfest is coming up?
Yes.
Interesting.
She put out a theory that the maroon shirts killed him. Did you see that one?
No.
Yeah.
There's just so many theories. It's so hard for me to keep up with.
Yeah. She's like, it was so weird that 6 people in a crowd were all wearing maroon shirts. They must have been intelligence
or something.
I'm dead fucking serious. I've already received a ton of emails on my throwaway comment on today's episode regarding noticing a lot of male attendees at the Charlie Kirk assassination wearing maroon shirts, despite it not signifying UVU colors. I had no idea the color was also associated with the elite airborne operations, encouraging everyone to further hone in on the males wearing maroon that day. So she's going to try to ruin another 6 people's lives because they wore a maroon shirt. Give me a fucking break. I'm now looking
up what fraternity color, what fraternity has maroon as their color. It seems like the kind of thing where it's you all have to wear a jersey today, or you're on a intramural team or something.
People wear maroon shirts.
Similarly, doesn't seem like that crazy to me.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess it's good that people are noticing things. There is this culture, and obviously everyone make your own opinion on Candace, but generally the internet sleuth culture is so interesting to me because there are a lot of times they notice things more quickly, or there's interesting information that comes out. I almost feel like I wish we could round up the same people who notice this and be like, work on this weird thing over here.
How many people were wearing gray shirts? How many people are wearing green shirts? It's only a psychotic person would put this out. And she does a show today and she puts these poor people's face on camera. I hope they sue her. I hope she doesn't get assassinated, but I hope they sue her. It is fucking, she's going to get somebody killed. It's insane.
Is it true? Someone told me that someone was like, I have a tip and you have to like whatever, got her to basically read her own lawyer's address
Yeah,
on her
yeah,
stream.
yeah.
Just
She
to
got
like
trolled.
prove.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean
But
it
she's
is,
willing, she'll take any scrap and run it like an absolute fact.
which is like
It's very
so
dangerous.
interesting. It's dangerous and it's
Sorry, my neck's sore. I guess icy hot
she
old man.
she has like she's had lawyers and legal, like I'm sure she has lots of people working with her. It is, I just know a lot of publications and shows like won't take that kind of risks. So it's fascinating to me that she is willing to take the risk that might open her up to get, lawsuit or any other thing.
Yeah.
Obviously,
I don't know what I don't even know what the lawsuit would be. You know what I mean? Like, you'd have to show some sort of like financial damages, but like she put that kid who had a green sweater on, like his face out on the internet was like, who's this guy? He's a potential Charlie Kirk assassin. It's like, dude, you can't do that. And then like, she's doing it now with these 6 people who had the, 6 completely unrelated people who had the misfortune of choosing maroon that day. Like, how many people were wearing gray? How many people were wearing blue? Like, she is fucking crazy. Like, she has lost the plot. She is completely unhinged. I mean, again, I don't want anything bad to happen to her. And if there is a credible threat of assassination against Candace Owens, then I hope our government takes it as an act of war. Like, I'm in the strongest possible terms. Like, if this is true and there's credible assassination threat by the French government against her, okay, then I want, hey, Hucky, I want our government to take it seriously. But like, I don't believe that there's any, I thought it was curious
because it seems like she's still her viewership seems like it's still holding steady on
massive.
This. Like,
yeah, she's killing it. I'm happy for her. She's doing great. True crime is a huge audience, and I think as long as hey Ruby Doobs, as long as I think she could have the largest true crime show maybe ever, and I think it's a good fit for her. But like, she's not actually an investigator. She has solved nothing. She's only asked random questions. And now she's so desperate for content. Like, oh, I'm sorry, what happened to the Egyptian jets? Did we just move on from that? What happened to the bee cult? What happened to the US? Go ahead.
What happens when Tyler Robinson's trial starts? Because I assume
it'll all be live.
A lot of true crime
it'll
people
start
do
back up.
follow the trial. Like, is she gonna watch the trial every day? I mean, I know she goes later in like she goes live.
I think we should.
Right?
I'm honest. Honestly, I think we should. Yeah.
But I mean, because this is like her beat right now, for better or for worse.
Yeah. I mean, also, let's not pretend like she wasn't doing really well. Like, her Brigitte Macron stuff was huge. Like, those, I don't know how many, but they got like millions of views. So it's like, it's not like she's just like hopping on this kind of conspiracy grift now because of Charlie Kirk. She's been on it.
Things about Candace Owens is that, like, unlike a lot, especially of conservative podcasters, news outlets, like, she actually does set her own story, she does manage to control what the news cycle is going to be, which is fascinating. It really is something that very few people can do. I mean, even the greats, right? There are tons of great podcasters who are talking about what's going on in the headlines. They're not coming out here being like, I'm going to stake my entire journalistic career on the fact that would-be woman is apparently a man. You know what I mean? Like, no one sets stories like that. Maybe James O'Keefe every once in a while has one. That's the only one I can think of off the top of my head. But like,
he usually has evidence. She just makes it up as long as she just makes it up as she goes along, and then she finds things to fit her story. It's an incredible skill. She will one day either be completely sued into oblivion or have millions of. She will have a terrestrial TV show. She is there's nobody more admitting of her success than I can be. Like, she is killing it. I just wish she weren't killing it while trying to disparage TPUSA and Charlie Kirk's legacy. I never made a video about, like, roasting her about her takes on Brigitte Macron, although I do think she's going to lose that lawsuit. Or whatever her Britney Spears. I think she did Britney Spears before that, I think.
She's done a couple celebrity related ones.
I don't, no, what's the other one? The Baldoni and the
Blake Lively.
She was all over that
lawsuit.
I didn't make videos about her about that. It's just the Charlie Kirk stuff is personal for me. And I think that you have to have some, you have to have some decorum and some you have to pick and choose some battles. And it's like, maybe I'm not going to piss all over Charlie Kirk's legacy for views. But, I don't know. There's, if I don't believe her that there's a credible threat on her life, but I believe that she believes it. And if there's any actual evidence behind it, I hope our government takes it very seriously. This is just the type of thing that Pam Bondi and Cash Patel would be all over. They would, I could definitely see Pam Bondi on Fox News tonight talking about this. Because, Pam Bondi did a good job when it was Elon Musk's Tesla shit getting blown up.
See, I feel like Candace Owens is too controversial. I feel like there are a lot of
that could be
Pam Bondi or whatever else who don't want to address it because it seems like Candace Owens has as many critics as she does devotees. And so someone is going to be unhappy no matter. And I agree with you 100%. If there is a threat on her life, I have no knowledge about it either way. That's serious. She is a mom with young children. She's married. It's her safety is something I would take seriously. But obviously there are a lot of people who don't think she's credible. And so it's hard to know without evidence kind of what this threat, what she means by this, or what is being understood to be a threat.
Yeah. I mean, if she's got threats, I hope that the government takes it seriously and whatever. I don't believe they're serious. I don't believe Candace Owens is a serious person. I think she is an entertainer and she's very, very good at her job. And I wish her nothing. I hope she has a huge, long career in true crime nonsense, and she'll make millions to go along with the 100 millionaire she married. So that's good. That's definitely not dripping with sarcasm, but
unless you guys read your own subtext on Jeremy.
Yeah, I mean, look again, just so there's no because I felt like, okay, I don't want to undo my stuff with a joke. If there's anything serious, I hope she reports to the FBI, and I hope that I hope that it gets all the way up to the NSA or whatever, whatever the case is. I don't think they're trying to kill her, but it doesn't really matter. If there's any kind of evidence, then it should be looked into, and it should be.
It seems like it was funny to be happening now, because I feel like the Candace Owens stuff started or not.
You know why it's happening now, Hannah Claire? It's because her Charlie Kirk story is running out. No, yeah, right, exactly. One of her 75 accusations, none of which panned out. She's just out of shit to say, and that's why now it's going to be they're trying to kill me. I'm sure it won't prevent her from putting out an episode today. I'm sure that,
and I'm sure a lot of people are going to tune in to hear more about it.
Right. Yeah. It's just, I hope she stays safe, and I hope, look, she's an entertainer. There's a lot of people her content is no different to me than Mr. Beast content or whatever. It's just content. I hope that, maybe one of her 700 accusations turns out to be true, and we find out the truth of what happened to Charlie Kirk. But right now, I am a Charlie Kirk official, a story believer. I believe Tyler Robinson killed him. I also, though, there is stuff I don't believe about the FBI story. I believe that Lance Twiggs was involved.
Yeah, I do too.
I mean, not all true crime conspiracies have to be fucking. I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm swearing so much, and I apologize, folks. I don't know why all this not all true crime has to be bonkers. You can look at stuff and say wow, yes, Charlie's neck stopping a 30-06 is very odd. Now, they have sort of released an autopsy that would support why that happened. I think they should release the autopsy and say, here's what happened. Because they say it went into his neck, it ricocheted off one of his vertebrae, and then went straight down through several other vertebrae. totally plausible thing to happen. Okay.
And as we get closer to trial, the autopsy probably will be released in some capacity.
Right. I'm saying, like, if you just release that, how many people are suddenly now official story believers?
Right.
You know, it's like most of what, like, the conspiracies all hinge on the 30-06 bullet having no exit wound. Mm-hmm. That's what the base is of this house of cards. But, like, I absolutely believe that Lance Twiggs was involved. And I believe he turned state's witness, and that's why he's in witness protection.
That's
and
why
I think
nobody
the FBI,
has seen that guy.
Yeah, nobody's seen the guy in over 2 months. Why is nobody talking about that? Well, because it's more salacious to talk about Egyptian jets, which is really just another roundabout way of saying the Jews did it. The Egyptian jet theory is complete nonsense. It got debunked within 20 minutes of her putting it out. But again, it's just another, well, the Jews are known for using Egyptian jets and this, that, and the other thing. And it's like, okay, Candace.
I think the thing is, I don't care who you want to say did it. Like, I'm open to whatever you want to speculate about, but there has to be the evidence, you know?
Have any evidence. Like,
and that works in all directions. Like, you just have to have the evidence. That's why I get and it's boring. It's not as much fun, but I am very much like, I want to wait to discovery. I want to see what's being released. Not that you shouldn't do your internet sleuthing or whatever you're going to do, but it's like, when you were in elementary school, did you do, what is it called? Like primary and secondary document or sources when you're like writing your last days? Like, I want some primary documents, you know, because all right now it's secondary.
Yeah. It's all right. I'm totally fine with whatever theories. Let's talk about the end of fat acceptance. I thought this was pretty funny.
And I was like, Jeremy's favorite girl, Lizzo.
Yeah. I mean, I'm actually surprised she hasn't had the surgery yet.
Maybe she's gonna try and lose more. You're gonna wait. Yeah,
I suppose you wait and you get the skin surgery removal. She's gonna need a boob job badly. She's still obviously got. Look, fucking congratulations. And by the way, I don't care if she did use Ozempic. I don't care. The Ozempic haters like Luke, they talk about blah, 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 poison, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, okay. But what's worse for you? Being 200 pounds overweight? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it's like you ignore the obvious health benefits of losing all that weight.
Right. I mean, I think it's always, we talked about this. I talked about it with a doctor, actually, with the Tylenol, awesome link. And I remember talking to a doctor about it, and they're like, you know, blah, blah, interesting studies, whatever. But then they're like, the thing is, Tylenol is acetaminophen. We tell pregnant women it's safe to use acetaminophen because ibuprofen for sure is likely to cause like a hole in the heart. Yes. And that is, you know, can be fatal. And so it's like a level of like, we have to weigh all risks and consequences. I want you to have the information. If you're anti-Ozempic, you don't want to take it, that's fine. But if you're someone like Lizzo, whose weight really could be, you know, could be what causes their demise, then maybe it's the way to go. It's hard for me to say, like,
I talked to my doctor about it, and that's exactly what, I mean, like, that's exactly what he said. He's like, well, yes, there are a whole host of side effects, but do you want to have a heart attack at 50 and die and say, but at least I never took Ozempic? Mm-hmm. Or do you want to, you know, so he's like, what are you going to do about it?
Yeah. And I don't think the cast of Wicked needs to be taking Ozempic.
No, and Lizzo, they clearly are.
This article talks about how she like was in a bad place in her life. She was overweight. She was talking about, like, you know, really dark, thinking about ending her life. And it is interesting that it seems like losing the weight helped her, right? Like, you could be as fat accepting as you want to or whatever, but ultimately, if you're, I think if your body is under that much pressure, it is not unreasonable at all that it would have a psychological effect, because she's wealthy, she's famous, she's got access to all kinds of stuff, and it wasn't enough. I think being healthy and feeling good really can change everything. So I was happy to see that she was like, yeah, I wasn't happy when I was heavy. I was really struggling.
But it's also,
not that I was happy that she was sad, just to be clear.
Well, she's also kind of a garbage person. I think she like forced her roadies to use dildos or some shit. Like, she had some weird sex scandal too.
Yeah, she had some weird like lawsuit about sexual abuse and stuff. But like,
but
that's a separate issue from losing weight can help you in life.
The thing is, the fact is, when you're really, really like big like her, okay, there's just this notion of like, like remember that, I think we did a video on it, but like there's literally, Hucky, what are you doing? There's like we're fat Disney influencers, and we review the restaurants and we review what it's like being fat. I can tell you those women are not happy. Like, I can tell you as somebody who, like, do you think me being 100 pounds overweight makes me feel good every day? No, it's embarrassing. It feels bad. And it's easy for people to say like, well, just do something about it. Well, okay. Well, some people did something about it and they took Ozempic, and now that's not okay. It's like, look, people who are morbidly obese. I'm not talking about someone with a beer belly or a little chunky like Luke. Like when you are very fat,
such a stray over there.
When you're very fat, like you are depressed. Like I don't believe that people can be that big and be like, I'm happy. I think you're coping. I think when you stand in front of that mirror and you see your disgusting body, like, I'm speaking from experience. Like it's like, it's easier to be overweight and married, and like, it's easier because you're not really giving a shit about what other people think about you. It's not fair to my wife, but like, I'll say this.
She's already locked in, man. You guys made those vows.
I know, but still, that's really why she's like, hey, I want to have a kid and I don't want you to die. Like, we waited so long to have kids. Like, I'd prefer you don't die. Can you work on your weight? And I'm like, okay.
And she wants you to be around for a long time. Like,
yeah.
That's the other half. Like, yeah, you're not out on the prowl. On the other hand, like, you have somebody specifically to live for.
Yeah. And like, this is not a pro Ozempic stance. I still think Ozempic is poison. And I think that it's not good for you.
Look, I have this thing where it's like, if you have tried diet and exercise, honestly, not just like, oh, well, I cut, sugar in my coffee for a day and didn't immediately lose 100 pounds. Like, if you have given it on a shot, if you have tried to add movement and you are struggling, like, I'm not going to turn you away from medicine if you decide that's the right choice for you.
Right.
I don't want it to be like, if you can't lose weight the way these people are, then there are no options for you. I don't want you, if you want your life to get better, I don't want you to be like condemned to not being able to improve. I would not put everybody on Ozempic for sure.
Right.
And I think there probably is a lot of Ozempic abuse, which is one of the reasons people are so quick to be like, absolutely don't take it, because there are people who shouldn't be taking it who use it. But in this case, like, again, if she's talking about like ending her own life, like, I think it's good that she has the option. It's much better that she go on Ozempic.
Well, and what's important is just completely destroys the fat acceptance narrative. Because people who are extremely fat are in fact not happy. Like, they probably experience moments of happiness, but when you are really big, you're just not happy. Like, it's not a thing that commonly occurs. And Lizzo, I think, shouldn't be made fun of for taking Ozempic and getting her shit together. But the reason I picked this story that, when you sent it, is because like, it just proves that like you said earlier, hugely famous, multi-millionaire, celebrity, and deeply depressed. Why? Because of her weight. Yeah. When everybody out there said, hey, it's okay to be fat, it wasn't. People who are fat don't actually believe that. And there's also this like absurd, like, it's just easy to lose weight. It's not easy to lose weight. Like, yes, it is about commitment and staying strong and doing this kind of stuff. But if people had willpower, then they wouldn't be overweight in the first place for the most part. And willpower isn't something you just download off the internet. And you also don't inject it into your belly with Ozempic either. Like, Ozempic's
not going to change who you are and the way you live your life. The same way that, like, I'm not against SSRIs, but like, you can still be living a lifestyle that encourages depression, even if you're being medicated for something. Like, a lot of these things are to help you through an obstacle, but it can't be the only thing that you do to make your life better. And same thing with nutrition. Like you could eat really, really, really well, but if you are like trying to have a six pack, you're probably going to have to work out. Like everything works everything works together, hopefully for good. I think one of the challenges, like we say, fat acceptance movement, and that's what it is. It was like accept that I am fat, but
they didn't though. Even they didn't.
Part of it is like it's supposed to actually be about like compassion, right? Like I think that you can be overweight and be a lovely person and accomplished and smart and a good friend and a whatever like platitude you need, and we can also agree that like for your health it might not be the best move to continue to live at that weight, and that doesn't mean that anyone hates you. It's just what is the impact on your body long term, and it's like making something, which obviously I understand it's weight, you're insecure about it, it feels very personal, but it's escalating it to an emotional level that I don't think always works with like the common sense of it.
Well, yeah, and then like as a common sense fat, like I don't think calling
merch dropping soon, guys.
Well, it's like, when you call people fat and they're fat, I don't have a problem with that. I mean, you are fat. And like this fat acceptance thing went way too far into like, look, somebody's weight doesn't invalidate their argument. It's a low IQ thing to do, but it happens to me every day on the internet. But I don't care about that shit. I just think it was so dangerous to like promote, that these people are healthy and happy because they weren't. And Lizzo really kind of drives that home. Like now we know, no, obviously not even a multimillionaire was happy.
And I would hope, like, if you are overweight, I hope you are having a positive life. Like, I hope there are lots of things in life that make you happy. That doesn't mean that, like, you can't also lose weight and, like, feel more confident or whatever, right? Like, it's not like we're condemning people who are overweight to lives of misery just because they're overweight. But that doesn't mean that you can't improve your life. True of anything, whether it's, any level of physical fitness or socioeconomic status. Like, you can have good things going on and still want to improve. Yeah.
we want to kick it over to Russell Brand today, but also I have some viewer comments. Omega says, here's the thing, Jeremy, most Democrats are failed lawyers. They went to law school. Since they suck at lawyers, they learn how to manipulate the law. That's probably true. Indian Conservative says, the Dems blocked the release of the file several times. It's true that Trump admin didn't handle it properly. Candace is practically a clickbaiter. She has provided no receipts for anything. I know. I have learned to stop trying to convince people of that, but I've been on record on this show saying I will be proven right that Candace Owens knows absolutely nothing about the Charlie Kirk thing, and I was right. 7 weeks of shows. No, I'm sorry. 10 weeks of shows, 50 episodes, and she has proved nothing. She has brought receipts of nothing other than one private DM conversation about Israel, some Israeli backer being butthurt about Tucker Carlson. That is the only receipt in 50 hours of Candace Owens shows she's brought that has turned out to be true. And
what if
even
she dropped something huge during Turning Point? Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, I don't think she would wait. I think if she had something huge, she would have already released it. No, like now she's down to maroon shirts. If she had anything of like, she proved nothing. She made millions of dollars, and I'm happy for her, but she proved nothing, and I was proven right about that. Quoting Bongino himself from Stay Deadly, don't trust politicians, trust results. Hopefully when Bondi is let go, we'll see a 180 degree in Cash and Bongino. I think right now they're being told to stand down. Well, I hope, because I had high hopes for both of them. The Wolfman says, I got that one. Now, I don't know how much power Bongino actually has. And I do think it also is, because now there's like a co-head of the FBI. I think that that's in general, probably people saying we don't, Cash isn't getting it done. PJ Strader says, fat positivity is a cope. There was a time in my life when I ballooned up hundreds of pounds from my normal weight, and it was genuinely terrible. Losing those 100 pounds made me feel better than any fat pride ever could. Right, exactly. And on YouTube, I think I got those. Yes, I did. Okay. By the way, yes, thanks everyone who is considering going over to thequartering.com/Amfest to help us out. Send us to Amfest. We will be broadcasting live from there. We're trying to raise about 14 grand, which is about the cost, just under 15 grand. I know we probably won't raise all of it, but I'm really hopeful that we can raise a good chunk of it. So we can bring the whole team out there, Hannah Claire, Melanie Mack, Luke Rodowski, Hannah Claire's baby, apparently, because we're a bit family friendly. We're a family positive show.
You would try and make me ditch my baby? Absolutely not.
I would never. Babies fly for free anyway. So the baby is not costing me any additional money. But the link's in the description and are in the description, and it's also in the chat right now. Hopefully you'll do that. It's
crazy we could be doing this show in person, you know?
I know, it's going to be wild. Yeah, it's going to be wild.
So fun. Plus it means we'll get a chance to like do other stuff, like other content and whatever. So
yeah. Lots of crossover
content from us. That's not just Turning Point. This is the way to make it happen.
Yep. Yeah, we'll do a meetup too.
Team.
Yeah. We'll do a meetup in the Phoenix area. So even if you aren't going there, we can do that. And lots of other stuff. I'm just not Tim Pool, so I can't afford private jets and everything like that. So thanks everyone for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow at 2 Eastern with Astrocast, so with Melanie Mack. I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow, and everyone go say hi to Russell Brand, whom we will try to have on the show while we're at Amfest.
Yeah, tell him he has to come on our show at Amfest.
Yes, tell him he's got to do the interview.